Hey guys, KCTCG here, this time with Sebs.
What's up, guys?
We're going to be doing another commentary video. Round 1, this is going to be Zorga versus Gravidia World. So, now that we have another person here that I guess knows the deck, do you think this is a good deck in general?
For Gravidia World, right?
Yes.
I feel like it's very strong. It's very aggro heavy. Um, it has that win factor, so it has cheese, which I mean is fine. I mean, if you play a deck that has cheese, you can just win through your cheese. But again, I think it's very strong when it comes to you being able to put meteors in turn three, draw some extra cards. I mean, sometimes you draw into more meteors, which is bad. Sometimes you draw into actual shield, which is good. Some players might not look at it that way. Again, too, it's like if you're playing the deck and you're going to get something out of it, like might as well be helpful, you know.
So,
What do you
those that
think, Ken?
are watching though, I am also side coaching someone that's playing my Magnolia deck.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, like here you see me draw. Just I want to just say it's standard open for me. Like this is just rush.
Mm.
So people like realistically speaking, right? Like I know that people want to take early damage just to maybe get a trigger, right?
Right.
Realistically speaking, do you think it's a good idea to take so much damage early? Even
If you're
just two?
playing, I mean, I would say it depends on the deck that you're playing. But as far as like Gravidia World is playing, I feel like it still wants to tempo out, so it doesn't want to take that much damage. You
Mm-hmm.
going in early is definitely a bonus. It'll help, I believe, in the overall game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do feel like one of those things where if you're gonna take a lot of early damage, I mean, you're hoping to hit a trigger just to like mitigate the damage, but again, too, you can't guarantee it.
And
So
another thing I think is that it's one thing to hold on to a trigger to make sure your opponent doesn't know what you have, but another thing that you're throwing tempo just to have hidden knowledge.
yeah, definitely. And here, like, I understand that his choice is to be like, oh, he stopped for a second. You know, he's hesitating on whether to attack your vanguard or to attack your rear guard. For him, like, he knows, or if he does know, Zorga is gonna bring that stuff back.
Yeah, and
Um,
realistically speaking, right, killing a headhunter is really bad. Like, it's
exactly.
giving me another headhunter rotation.
Yeah, look, there you go. You got both dragons out already too. Even better.
Right?
Right up into your grade two. Go ahead and malice out your. You added malice back, right?
Yes, I added Malice back.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and they just again, you pushing your advantage state is just gonna make this game a lot easier for you, and it's gonna make him sit there and think, okay, I don't have a lot of cards until my turn three, where I can actually draw into extra cards. Whatever shield he's holding onto now is like what he's gonna have to deal with for these. I mean, at least this turn. And from what I think I remember, I don't really remember the Zorga list playing too many draw triggers. I think maybe at most three.
Yeah.
Um,
This my
yeah,
list is Rainbow.
yeah, yeah. I've seen your list. It works out well. But again, too, like that's what I'm trying to think as far as the Gravidia side goes. Like, if there's anything that he can hope at least just to hit one trigger, you know?
So
Okay,
here, like just like I said,
go
I'm
to
pushing
18.
advantage. The sides are 23s, and the center is a 10, but it's twin drive.
Oh, you
So
activated the order.
yeah, like having my
All right.
opponent not know what's gonna happen and forcing them to now early guard, forcing more cards in hand, and yikes, double PG.
Oh God.
Like, realistically speaking, right? Like,
Yeah.
just as a general Vanguard player, like the game state that he's currently in is it's just a really tough spot.
Yeah, it's a really tough spot. That's why in this situation right now, he needs to hope to draw into something because regardless, he's gonna swing. He's gonna try and get rid of your board. It doesn't matter against Orga because you're gonna call out both dragons. Both
Hmm.
dragons are gonna get the 10k plus the crit, and he's gonna be in a worse spot right now, especially because he's already at four.
Hmm.
Those dragons and potentially Vanguard are all lethal attacks. Let's see what he opts to do here. I mean, he's thinking
So
he's gonna
like
activate the
the barber
order. So
code,
that's
like
one.
any player would be able to see that from a mile away. And
Mm,
playing the grade two, the double meteor he drove check last turn,
yeah.
like see, I'm already preparing to do four,
Oh
but
yeah.
he was like contemplating, do I want four?
Yeah.
Like, yes, realistically speaking, I'm at one damage. do you know whether or not you want to double crit me? But
Yeah.
really, also speaking, do you want to give me my double headhunter back? But
Not only that, I feel like from his place, like his standpoint, if he's gonna get rid of all of those worlds, the next
mhm,
turn might not be as strong.
yeah,
So it's just like, okay, yeah, let me take this damage or whatever. Did you perfect guard that
yeah, I did.
attack?
I perfect guarded with
Oh,
ditch to draw. It was
okay.
a hidden PG. Oh no, no, it wasn't. It
Okay.
was grade one. I drove checked a grade
Okay.
one.
Took two. Oh, you hit OT. Okay.
Yeah,
That
but it's
helps.
on the last damage, so it doesn't matter. Realistically
I know, that's
speaking.
why, yeah. It was dead at that point, but hey, that's a draw trigger, so we take those.
I know, right? So
Okay,
here I'm
ride
able to
into
ride into
Zorga.
Zorga. My drop zone is actually pretty set up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Last
I
call out
get back a
headhunter.
headhunter he graciously gave me.
Yes, sir. Okay, now obviously you have the order, okay?
I have
And-
plays.
Right.
So this is gonna be just the soul boss for a cost.
Mm-hmm.
The
That
headhunter
less is
paid for
mitigated.
itself. Let me see if I don't cheat and give myself free resource. Actually,
Oh, the man misplay right here doesn't soul blast. Well, I mean, as long as it doesn't affect game
yeah, there
state
it is. There it
too
is.
crazy. Okay, there you go. Okay, cool. I was like, man, what are you doing?
I want to be bad sometimes, okay?
It's all right, man. It's all right. We all make those plays. Let's see what
So
happens here.
Vanguard is 13k with twin drive.
Again, it's still lethal. It's one of those things
Yeah,
where,
it's scary because you're 4 damage. A crit kills you,
yeah.
and since there's no crit that's showing right now, it means all my crits are live.
Hmm.
My right dragon is 33. My left dragon is 28.
And we know that he drove check. What was the last? Like grade two and an order.
Yeah,
So it's like, oh man, this is gonna suck. Like now he really has to sit there. Yeah, taking into account the numbers. You said 33 and
like he
28.
has a no. He had a front. He drove like a front.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was a front and an order. So we know the
Oh,
front
see,
can guard the 28.
yeah.
But he needs to deal with my dragon too.
Oh, two to pass. Draw first. Good man. Effects van. Second check. Nothing. It's the 33
28,
column.
20.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So realistically
Okay.
speaking, maybe probably should have put the 10k on the rear, but hey, I'm greedy, man.
I mean, it's fine. When you think about it too, it's just like if you would have went all in, you go all in and you take that. But yeah, having the extra
So
damage,
you were
you would have
right.
had to guard it regardless.
The turn that he had just completely fucked him, cause this turn all he can do is play an order and pass.
And he revealed his hand. All he did was he has an OT in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now you PG'd that, right?
Like
Yeah.
I'm
See,
not gonna take the chance, realistically
no.
speaking.
And this is one of those things against Gravidia where it's like, oh, you have a way to add back your PG every turn. Okay, I guess I'm just not gonna kill you. Like,
Too bad I'm not using Shadow Cloak to do
yeah.
that.
But that's why, like, Gravidia is a very strong deck, but it does suffer with that, where it's like, oh, can your opponent build up a resource of a consistent defense? Like, yes, I can. Okay,
Correct.
then I'm not really doing as much as I would hope to.
So here I just give him the wombo of Persona Ride plus GDR, and I'm resetting my dragons with the Malice.
Nice.
So there is
I'm gonna
no way.
find that.
Did I just misplay that? No, no, no. GDR was from
Uh,
hand. GDR was from hand.
yeah, say the second order gets bound, correct, and then
Yeah, but
the GDR
Malice,
goes to soul.
GDR still goes a soul, yes.
Cool.
So here I give him the biggest board I'm able to make right now, which is my 43k middle and my 48k sides.
Nice. See, and
So
again, too, I know that you play Zorga a ton. And I know that there's people that, they'll look at Zorga and say, oh, this deck isn't that good. This deck can't be that good. Oh, I mean, from what we see, it can be very strong. It just depends on how you play, how you tempo, what you're doing. There's two crit. That's game one.
go.
Okay.
So in game two, this is a sort of a long match. When I say long match, it goes beyond the 25 minutes that's normally in a Vanguard match.
Oh, God.
But I am playing against someone that was rude in general. Sad to say, like came in all big and bold, like I get it if you're cocky, right? I get it if you want to be good and you think you're good. But please know that we are still locals and people are just trying to have fun. Like, yeah, if you want to win, right? Be sweaty if you want. But
Right.
you can tell from the way this man just plays, like he just slams down his cards. He just does everything. I'm like, bruh, please don't touch my cards if you're gonna do that.
Yeah. And also too, I mean, it's just more like courtesy. If you're playing
Yeah.
against somebody, I mean, just be courteous. You don't have to, again, I get you want to win, you do what you need to do to win, but just be courteous.
So, like, realistically speaking, right? Like,
The Verena, okay, he goes into arcs, right?
yeah, like,
Cross two.
him doing this completely tells me he's not playing prayer.
Yes,
And,
that's another thing for sure.
like, doing this tells me that, okay, I don't know why you want to play an aggression card like this, but sure, like, you do you, right?
Mm. And in the matchup of like a Zorga versus a Verena, like the Chakrabarti deck, like if you're doing this, I kind of get where he's coming from, where he wants to try and aggro you. But dropping shield for Zorga, and again to like same thing for Grand Blue back in the day, it doesn't hurt us. So
Yeah,
it's just
it's
more
literally
resources
just
that I get
fueling
to.
our drop zone.
Exactly. Heals one, gets back to heal.
So, like, realistically speaking, right? Like, this man here, he. Another thing that, irritated me is that even a. Like, I'm gonna call myself a seasoned player. Even
Mm.
a seasoned player as myself, I don't remember every single card. I know what cards can do or what they should do, but it
Right,
doesn't mean that I'm a fucking dictionary. Like,
right.
I can't just immediately bring up a card and know exactly what it does. So if I ask you, what does your card do? Like, let me know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm asking for a reason. Don't be a dick about it and be like, oh, well, you should know what it does or this thing. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, no, definitely. If a player just asks you, "Hey, let me see your cards," like it should be no question to be like, "Yeah, here." Because if you're that confident in your win and your playstyle and you know what you're doing, then it doesn't matter if they hold on to your cards for 5, 10 minutes, whatever.
Yeah, like, as long as they're not trying to waste time, right?
Dang,
So
two
here
triggers back
is
to back.
first, the first thing that, will get me is that when we look at this man, and I think you're a little bit ahead of me watching the video, but he is very he put himself in a situation where he doesn't give himself damage, and I'm allowed to have my own pace.
Yeah, you just passed turn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're at the same spot. You
So.
pass turn. He has no counterblast face up. He
Mhm.
goes into Chakrabarti. We would assume, because from most deck builds, right?
Yeah. They don't play
They don't
Urger. They
play
don't play any
Urger,
good counter charge.
right? So I mean, in this case, I understand what he's trying to go for. Where see, and the booster is what made it obvious. Again,
Yeah.
too, we know that turn four and a lot of these stronger cards require soul. So
Mhm.
him going into Urger, well, we'll see right now, just
Like,
kind of screws him over. Like, and he just wastes a good amount of resources
yeah,
just
and
to
like
have
this
a
is
counter
another moment
charge.
where he's being a bitch about it. I asked to see Verena. I want to make sure Verena is not just on attack. It has to be overdress. And
Right.
he's being a dick about it.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
So Big Almighty here just thought that, oh, because I can Urger and have 4 attacks, you know, I can win.
Right.
Okay, well,
Oh my
thanks for
God,
being at 1 damage, Lamau, and okay.
man hits the double heal. Jeez. Okay. No wonder this game took so damn long. You're just sitting there just playing back and forth.
Hey, I'm trying to advance game state here.
Hmm. That's what we're gonna call it.
Bro,
He just,
I'm not a deck until
yeah.
turn 3.
Okay, so here he's deciding to swing at Vanguard still, right? To create the pressure, and you
Yeah.
just drop. Okay, you drop the 10. Yeah, because he's
Like, I
only 20.
overguarded this, but,
It's all
I
right.
didn't want to intercept because I need another body.
Exactly. And a body that can bounce stuff back if you
If I
so
keep
need
it on the
to.
board and have stuff for it, yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, him giving me early pressure did mess with the game plan a little bit of what I wanted
Mhm.
because I wanted to do certain plays. Like, for example, I wanted this turn to use Shadow Cloak to bounce a Headhunter.
Right.
However, because of the way the game was playing, this man currently has the advantage with his hand size, even though he dropped like 30 cards earlier. Like,
Yeah.
I still want to have my play, and I know for a fact I want to double dragon this turn.
Yeah, definitely. I get like your line of play right here. You have both dragons already.
Hmm.
You're gonna counterblast. Mm,
It's for the extra body because I
yeah, to
wanted to
bring back
somehow
the.
bring back a another one.
Definitely.
So here is the GDR play with the sorry, not Malice play with the drive check order.
Hmm.
I end up killing the grade twos because ultimately the play that I had in my mind isn't gonna go through. So I just
Mm.
go for the booster plus the double dragon, and I think I drew OT here.
Oh shit! Free shield, free shield.
Hey man, that's the mentality you need to have.
Right.
So here, this is 15k with a critical. Realistically speaking, this is the easiest intercept of my life. Like,
Yeah. This is
zero
yeah.
thought.
Verena by. Okay.
The fact
Oh
that the
my.
man was hesitating, like, oh, let me think
Yeah.
about taking this damage, I'm just like, huh.
Oh my God, Ken, you're just drive checking triggers like a madman,
Hey
and
man,
then
that's not
keep seeing
triple
these
trigger.
shields.
That's not triple
Oh my
trigger, okay?
God.
That's double trigger.
Uh-huh. Well, we're not back in G where we do that. Let's see.
Yeah, back in G it was three triggers.
Exactly. So right here, you go to swing with that. How
That
big is
is
that
a
body? 15,
48 to
30.
his, I believe, 23.
Yeah.
Like,
And this is
realistically
two crit
speaking,
also.
right? Yeah, it's two damage, but he healed again, so the man hit
Yeah.
three life heals. Like, I don't know what you want, dude.
Yeah. No, at this point, I mean, it's fine that he went into this. Let's see. So he rises into grade 4, chooses to
So
see, just
here's
like
another thing that
reading it
bothered me
again.
about this
Okay.
man.
Full blast.
He paid his costs without even telling me what they were for. Like, I had to assume everything.
Oh, I got you.
Like, right here, I asked him, like, hey, what is that for? Like,
Yeah.
are you doing Mahar? Like, yes, I understand that's Mahar's ability, but please let me know. I'm not
Exactly.
telling
Yeah.
you, like, I'm doing my own effects without telling you what they do or what they are.
Yeah. As a
So
player, and I mean, just again for courteous reasons, like, hey, you know, activate, auto, effect. Like those are just things that we tell each other normally while we're playing, just so that the
mhm,
opponent has an idea of what's going on during the play.
correct. So here he has a 7 stack Espadarea. Um, this could spell trouble to me, especially since I didn't hit a defensive trigger on the free damage that he took.
Right.
Um, I honestly don't care about the the Urger anymore.
No. And at this point, I mean, once he soul blast that last soul out, I mean, it's just one of those things where we okay, well there it is. He drove checked the second grade 4. Let's just hope that he doesn't mess his turn up and
There's
actually
the
have something
defensive
for the
trigger I
turn
was hoping
after.
for.
Another heal.
Yeah, but it's dead.
Okay. Yeah, dead. You're both at 3. Swings with the Urger.
I believe
That
that's
column
a
is
10,
28.
20. Well, remember, Mahar gives you 10k if you have a unit in overdress state, and
Yeah.
then he gave it a trigger. So that's
Uh,
20k. Urger gains 10 if you're in overdress state, so that's 48, I believe.
okay.
And this is
And
to
full
my
blast.
23. So I show him the orders in my drop. I'm able to just guard it off with just the order, I believe.
Hmm.
One, two, three, four. Oh no, I needed to provide extra cards. And then this is a big chunky card. Thir-
Yeah, that's easily PG or
35.
nothing. There it is, the over trigger.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but easy right there. Yeah,
the
easy 50k
50k
guard.
shield.
Yeah. Ability. Okay, you're Zona Road.
So
I
like
mean, his hand is pretty healthy, but
it
I
is.
mean, hey, dragon is still dragon. It's one of those things where
You have to respect it. Like
you
if you
do
don't respect it, well, you're just gonna get shit on by the deck.
by extra crit. Yeah, just cause.
So here I opt for Nightmare finally. I need to recur. My deck is looking kind of thin though.
Yeah.
Like I need to start watching what I'm doing. Like I hit 2 live draws. I deck thin twice already. Um, and I drew an extra card off of Malice. And I drove check one extra card off of the order. Also, that's another thing I don't like. Like honestly, if you're gonna cut someone's deck, don't cut it off their mat. Either cut it on your mat or cut it on their mat. Don't cut it on a table where I can count like probably 30, 40 plus finger trails or fingerprints. Like
Yeah,
realistically speaking.
that's funny.
So here I opt for Zorga's ability just to reset my dragons, and I go ahead and play the regurgitate play, sacking, alchemagicking uh, the nightmare.
You chose to retire. You retire on this end.
I chose his, in the end, his booster. Like I said, I stopped
Hmm.
caring about Urger. Realistically speaking, Urger does nothing for me if I get
Right.
a 1, as well as Urger does nothing against me because, realistically speaking, right, it's just another trigger. Dragon hits 28. Why do I care?
Yeah.
And here is another thing I don't like. Like, if your opponent is quote unquote misplaying, right? Like, one, be courteous about it. Don't just say, hey, you're supposed to choose two.
Right.
Like, you're making me second guess myself real fast because I need to reread my card. But realistically speaking, if you think your opponent's misplaying and you want to be a nice guy, ask to read the card first, and then you correct them. Don't just say,
Yeah,
hey,
definitely.
you're fucking up.
Yeah,
Because
that's another big thing. That-
you legit make yourself look like an ass when you fuck up.
hmm.
So here
Yeah,
I
you
go
gotta
for
just be
the
courteous.
Headhunter or Shadow Cloak just to add 5k shield back to hand.
Hmm.
And yes, guys, before you blow up, I forgot to activate my order. You'll
Don't
see it
add the
real
2 cost.
fast before anything happens. And don't worry, I don't choose the cards that I sent back um, with Banshee or Bell. So this is a Persona Red turn. This is a 38k dragon. Like I said, Urger doesn't do shit. And here's another thing. 38, you heard the man say 38. He guards with 20k. I say sure, take your damage, right?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
that's
honestly.
that's all in all being cocky. Like if you're cocky, I'm gonna be an asshole.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Okay, so what the hell's going on here? He's still thinking about taking this or not. He said 3. He sees the over triggers out.
hmm
Again, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, can I see your drop? Like, it literally takes
Here's the
two
thing too,
seconds.
right? I have it fanned out for a reason now. One,
Yeah.
for the viewer's sake, and here, like, I remember to use the order now. So
Okay.
here, like, for the viewer's sake, like people watching this video, I am fanning my drop zone out. But because I'm fanning my drop zone out, you're able to see my drop zone from opponent's point of view. And if
Hmm.
that's still unclear, asks to see it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
clearly we can see 2 crits, 2 draws, all three draws, the OT, and a heal just in damage. And that's the fourth heal.
Yeah. Yeah. You're already out. You're already out of all your kills, including your over trigger. So,
Yeah, I
okay,
can't
you
take
got a
any more
big buff boost in
damage
the
if
dragon here.
unless I need to.
This dragon was swinging for 3 damage, right? Yeah, it's
3 damage,
completely
yeah, I
lethal.
believe it's 60, 50, 62, I believe.
Hmm.
25, double trigger, 45, bells of 22k, 67.
Yeah.
So yeah, just missing that 68, barely.
And with him also leaving the Urger there too to intercept with. But again, too, it's just one of those things where he wasn't doing anything with it.
Yeah, like, it's nothing against me, nothing with me, and if I regurgitated it, it does nothing to me.
Yeah.
So here, anybody that properly plays this deck, realistically, realizes I need soul.
Yeah, this is the when I watched this video the other day when we were going over it, I'm like, please tell me that this man does the correct choice. Please tell me that.
If you mean discard
Oh
the
my
grade 4.
God. No, what are you doing? See, and at this point, I just had to face palm. I was like, dude, really? Like, come on, man. Like, I
Bruh,
get
like,
what you're
and
trying to
also
do,
keep in
but
mind he's running the trial deck heal crit, so he's not
oh,
running
okay,
he's
it's a
not
soul
running the
crit,
actual soul crit or burning flail,
right?
maybe because it's too expensive for him.
Hmm.
But if you're not running that, know that if you have a soul problem, you should probably try to fix it,
That or you got to just keep that in mind. You got to make sure
right?
that you're good. Yeah.
And I wanted to, double check the card real fast once again, him being an asshole. I want to verify against power on restand.
Hmm. Yeah. No, the restand is what gives it the power. This attack is just like him. He doesn't have any other choice. He has
Yeah,
nothing else
like,
to do here. He kind of again he screwed himself over at the point where he decided to discard the other grade 4
also,
just to
feels
bring
bad
back.
moment when one card guards your Vanguard attack, and it's not even the OT.
Yeah, for real.
Because I believe that's
Was his
a.
OT out? No, right?
No, it's not. It's back to the whole thing of where I'm in that zone where if he hits OT, he hits the OT, realistically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he has specifically hit crit OT, which I believe I counted all crits out.
Oh, okay. You saw the PG in your hand at this point?
Yeah, I still did.
Okay. Yeah, swings, free damage, go to 5. Oh no, another one.
It's okay. It's okay.
Guard with your 4th heal. Another persona ride. Okay, yeah.
How do I do it?
You're digging into the deck right there, dude. You don't really have too much left, but the thing is right now, I mean, it's not like you're digging any further or pushing anything out, so
Yeah, and
yeah,
realistically speaking, right, it's not like
exactly.
I'm losing any resources. Matter of fact, every single turn I play right now, I am actually just hard plussing. Yes, I dig one more card deeper here, but realistically speaking, right, like I'm doing this to advance game state. I'm not trying to stall.
Yeah.
So here
Again.
with the Soul Condensate, I need to call out a card. I'm going to call out my strongest booster.
Right. Oh, the strongest booster, the starter.
Gains 5k from body condensate.
Oh, geez. Ain't that scary? I was looking at that too when I saw this. I was like, "Oh, Ken really had no other boosters." I'm like, "Well, everything else is 5K, so 5 or 4 in the drop. I mean, the 6 that 1K matters, dude. That
Not
1K
really.
matters.
Not to a dragon.
Making
If
magic
dragon was
numbers?
a
Nah, dude.
13, right?
Big booster. Numbers? What's that? Huh.
No, no, it
21?
adds 10. It adds 10.
21? When's the last time we hit 21? Shit, I don't remember playing fucking MLB. What the hell's going on here?
Right? So here I see
Crazy.
another a dragon a PG come out, and his hand's actually starting to look very thin. Like
Yeah.
he, on top of the fact that he is, guarding with multiple cards, his
Yeah.
hand's looking very thin. And if you look at me when I'm fanning my hand, I actually have quite a chunky hand.
Yeah, you have a good amount of shield.
So here he goes for just without any thought, another Espada Idea. And if he had the soul, I would be shitting myself.
Even a better line of play would have been to ride it. He could have literally rode it, swung rear, swung van, soul
Yeah,
blast, freestand, and like I'm assuming that other grade 4 has triple drive.
it does. It
So
does.
yeah, so it's like again, it's just those things of like, hey, my opponent has how many cards do you have in hand at this point? I'm assuming you had like 8 cards in hand.
I believe 8.
Yeah,
I think. Oh no, that's way more than 8, dude.
yeah. That's how I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, you have to have at least like 8, 10, if
I looks
that.
like 10, I think.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it would have been way more pressure at that point. But if he's not opting to do that, then I mean, it's just on him. Because this other grade 4, I believe it gains 15K in crit. Is that the correct one?
Which one?
One on the right side, the
It's
other winger,
idea.
not the. No, Espadilla is a restander.
Oh, you mean Expecta?
Expecta, yeah. It
Yeah,
gains
Expecta's
15k in crit.
15k in a crit, yeah.
Yeah, that's not scary. Like if you restand something that swings for what 30, 35,
hmm
45, something like that. At least that's a better option. At least in my book.
Correct, but since they're both Espada ideas and they're both only just one attack each, it's like okay.
Nothing. Yeah, yeah. Literally, it's like yeah, you're swinging with a wet noodle, my guy. You're not doing nothing.
And realistically speaking, right, he has one card in hand. It's a Trickstar. I'm just looking at him going, huh.
That's why he's just like not doing anything at this point. Again, like I get from your side, it's always better. I mean, you're gonna PG this one. If he hits OT, he hits OT. But I mean, that's just something we can't control at that
Yeah.
point. Like he's hoping for it. He's heart of the cards.
You
No,
you
Yugi
see
boy.
that vindication of him slapping cards down.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not for me. I don't really like that, but I get where he's coming from.
I
He's
know,
really
dude.
he's really
He's
hoping for the
feeling
heart of
that
the cards right there, my
anime.
guy. He is. He's really feeling that anime right there. He's not Aichi Sendoing it up enough. That's why.
Nah, nah, nah. He didn't.
Not
His
enough.
eyes didn't glow up at that moment.
He didn't reach out into the void. That's what happened. This guy, he's like, I'm gonna ride. Just kidding. I'm not gonna ride. I'm gonna call to rear. I'm like, oh shit, you're big, my guy. You're smart.
So here I'm just thinking, and in the end, 33,
Yeah,
35k.
nothing at that point. And of course he doesn't have anything to guard these. Oh, another Persona ride. Jeez, this game took a long time for him to just push through.
Hey,
It's all good at this point.
pushing
The only
through
thing,
three live heals, I think maybe four. Like, can you
yeah,
blame me?
definitely not. At this point too, it's just like, okay, I have to kill you right now. If you hit your over trigger, I'm gonna be very upset.
Yeah.
You follow up
Actually,
with a
no. If he hit his
poison.
over trigger here, I'd be happy because that means he's another card out.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. Still, if he OTs, well, he's out of heals at this point. You both should be out of heals because this game took an absurd amount of
Yes,
time.
yes.
All the
Unfortunately,
commentary.
because this turn I did not have an order though, it
Hmm.
means that this is the most vanilla turn you're gonna see me have. But hey, I have half my frame out. Actually, no, I have
Hey,
four
big
cards out of
numbers,
6 cards.
big numbers. Makes the
Hey, that
damage.
front makes it big numbers.
Yes, sir. Oh, you didn't. Oh, well. Can you activate Shark at this point?
No, I cannot.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm pretty sure you had to have activated an order, right?
I have to Alchemagic,
Oh, I see.
but that's still a 38k shark.
Got you.
So here, the
Uh,
man, he goes to his turn, and this is another thing that will bother me. So I understand we're
uh,
locals, but if you are stalling for time, then that is entirely on you. Like, that's you though,
yeah.
right? And using these girls the first time with 5 cards in deck, she chop checks 7, mind you. So the second time you're doing this effect, and you're not just instantly shuffling, and you didn't add a card,
Yeah.
like, you're telling me you had to re-look at your deck because for some god awful reason, and you're telling me that you're not wasting time here.
I mean, not only that, for me personally, I would have been like, "Hey, you already called both. You only get to activate one." Like, I'm
Correct.
assuming you didn't activate the first one because you didn't want to. You just wanted to activate the second one.
Yeah,
And
like,
again, too, it's one of those things where local players will show up. Oh, but this is just a local. All right, my guy, it's just a local, but you should still be playing by the rules. You know what your card
understood.
does.
Yeah,
You know when to
and
activate your card effects. Don't do that.
another thing is right. Like around this time, he starts talking to his friend,
Mm.
and I'm just like, dude, can you please focus on the game? If you wanna try to stall for time, I will actually start calling you out on this because you're literally sitting here doing nothing. Game state has not progressed. You are literally sitting there. You wasted an effect already, and that's all you are doing. And when I remind him, hey, can you stop stalling? No, I'm waiting for you. Bro, you haven't even attacked yet. Like here, he hits OT, he hits OT. So he hits the front, and I'm like, great, cool. These are 23, 33, 41 Ks.
Right.
And I'm just like, wait. He said he hit a front. I'm like, oh right, you hit a front. Let me redo my guard because you did it to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. It's again too. If players, it's just mutual respect. It's like, look, dude. Oh, but you can't do that. Oh, well.
Yeah, so just like how he was wasting time, I decided to waste his time and flex that, hey, you want to waste time and count cards? Let me count how much shield this one card is giving me.
At this point, he had what, two, three cards in hand?
Yeah, and I just asked him, hey, can you remind me what you drove check? And he's like, I don't need to tell you. You're right, but we're in the locals. But just be a little dick about it again. You want to do this? Sure.
Yeah.
Let me verbally tell you what you do and don't have.
Yeah, I'll just kill you real fast. Don't worry.
Right?
That's the other easiest thing to do about that. 10k, 10k, 10k. Ability. Soul Blast.
So like literally this man here, like players like this, I'm just like, bro, honestly, just don't be an asshole. And I call that 100% Vanguard because I'm not gonna attack anyways. And guess what? He decks out.
Decks out on the last one too. Oh man, yeah, that was rough. That was really rough. Just so many things that just happened right there. It was so bad.
Oh yeah. 2, 1, go. So after that, headache of a round, we have me going first. So Sebs, let me ask you this: going first, going second, like, what do you think about each one?
So I mean, going first and going second depends. So in standard, it's one of those things where we can kind of shape our hands, which is a good thing. I mean, we can figure out what combo we need. Okay, if you're going first, you want to go off. If you're going second, I mean, you can hold some shield, whatever. You just still want to make sure you have all your pieces that are going to go, and make sure that you're going to have your play when you need it.
So
Uh,
here I'm keeping a very greedy hand against Flagberg.
mm,
I'm going first against them, which is why I'm going being greedy because I'm allowed to go grade 3 first.
right.
Flagberg's strength comes from the ability that he is able to attack 5 times in one turn, and he doesn't
Yeah,
need your opponent to be grade 3. So to
exactly.
me, it's very painful to deal with that.
Well, in this scenario, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where if I would have seen this, I probably would have assumed that he was playing Magnolia. And again, too, the Magnolia sleeves are there, so it's just kind of like, okay, well, we'll see
Oh,
if he plays it, and let's
just
see.
the smoke screen of the starter.
Yeah, I do that. We do that all the time. I use like the whole completely different starter, and people are like, "Oh, you're playing Bruce?" I'm like, "No, I'm not playing Bruce."
So here
So
he attacks me with Price Trident.
yeah,
Realistically speaking, I want to trigger here, and I did. Trigger to pass. Is the
trigger to
weakness of any
pass.
rush deck.
Yeah, it's nothing. G to discard. Okay, you toss the other order.
What do you mean?
Oh, you
Digit
toss a
PG,
PG.
bro. I'm
Oh, that's
against
what I'm saying.
Flagberg.
No, no, I'm saying earlier. Yeah, no, the PG is a good toss because again, too, you're gonna want to have the shield just for the pokes.
Like, realistically speaking,
Um,
right? If PGs could be activated through, like, past Flagberg's 3-card guard mandatory, hell, I'll keep a
yeah,
PG any day. But since
exactly.
PGs are essentially 4-card guards, I ain't for that life, dog. Like, that will end me. So here, his price trident would become an issue if I let it live, especially if it goes off and like that soul that he gets is the reason why he's able to play.
Yeah, yeah. Price Trident is definitely one of those things where if you can get rid of it, just push it. It's not gonna hurt you
So
anyway.
here I show him that I did have double headhunter, but I didn't play it.
Oh,
I hit OT here,
OT.
which I'm not too excited
He'll
about realistically.
draw to
Like, yes, Stoic is OT no matter when you hit it. If you hit it offensively, it's really good. It gives you
right.
two draws.
Yeah.
And if you heal, it's just amazing. Like, honestly, the weakest ability on that card is the crit.
Hmm.
So, looking at everything though, just it's like his hand, like he's just this play here like threw me off guard. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. I understand like I don't remember the name of that card specifically, but I kind of get it. I see people play it in Maroa,
Uh
which would
huh.
make more sense than in Flagberg.
But even Varroa, you really don't have that much of a soul issue, realistically speaking, if you play it
Yeah,
properly.
if you're managing, yeah, if you're managing and playing it properly, you don't need that card. So this is kind of interesting. He's gonna go
It's a
it's a
10k
10K.
rear just because you know his name says so.
Yeah,
I try to jade him or
a
taunt him
little
into
bait.
attacking the headhunters, the shadow cloaks.
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. Why did you reveal that you had the two headhunters?
This is between this is a issue of me playing at local sometimes. If I'm comfortable with the player because I know them,
Right.
I just get really relaxed. I'll show
I
him like
see.
my cards, and I was gonna top deck ride that, and I realized, wait, I need an order and drop zone. Let me not be bad.
Okay.
So here, I just go ahead, do my whole headhunter routine,
Right.
and now I can do the order play,
The extra drive
which
check.
GDR with extra drive, and I go ahead and just go for the 10Ks as well
The
as
front row.
bouncing a Shadow Cloak for an extra card and draw.
Got you. Go ahead and
So
call
I'm not
that
trying
in.
to play the play that dragon there. I'm just saying that it's active.
Ah, got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And again, too, with people who don't know or aren't super familiar with Zorga and auto abilities in Vanguard, auto abilities activate in whatever order you choose. So
correct.
that
As
very
long
last
as you
end.
are not interrupting an ability, like hard
Yeah.
interrupting, you are able to activate an auto whenever you want.
Yep.
So
Yeah, oh,
here, like
good
for
point right there.
example, I have to pay my orders first, paying cost, and after I pay cost, the effect automatically activates. I can't just say, hey, and before I pay my cost, I do this. I have to pay cost, do my effect, and then play. Just the dragon and the shadow cloak activate at the same time. So I'm able to do this type of play where shadow cloak activates first and then dragon activates.
Yeah. Doing a Vanguard with triple drive. You have one rear guard with an extra crit.
And realistically speaking, like saying triple drive at 3 damage freaks a lot of people out.
Oh yeah. Oh, he drops the over trigger, so you okay, three in order and two normal units.
Correct. So here, people would normally question why don't you swing a dragon first? Well, because it's 2 chances at a
Mm,
trigger versus 1 chance, and this is lethal.
exactly. Yeah, it's always better. I mean, yeah, if he hits the trigger, he hits the trigger, but it's always just better for swinging for lethal. He has to guard that now. He wouldn't have a choice.
Correct. Like, I'd rather not push him to 5 and, you know, pray to hit that 1 extra damage because my deck is able to swing for 2 damage. I don't need to just say, hey, I need to push you to 5 because that's my win con. So here I have a fairly healthy hand. The drive check gave me more defensive cards, mainly the order that gives you 5k per order and drop in bind.
That's
And
such a good mix of malice too. Like just being able to do it defensively and just have the order back into your drop, just it's so helpful.
correct. Like, so here he lost
Oh
double
God.
crit for it. Like, his hand's very thin.
Yeah, I feel bad for this man right now, man. His whole hand is just gone. He's got three cards left, has to toss one.
Yep.
And hope to have a restander in his hand, not to just swing for three attacks. He
Yep.
tosses a
He has to
crit.
show me that he has it in his hand right now, which tells
Yeah.
me that hey, that's one less card you're guarding with.
What is he doing here? He proceeds
He's
to
showing me
reveal the
the
Flagberg,
restand.
yeah,
Yeah.
to call over. Call, okay, swaps
So
the
inlet
units.
pulse
He's
is
gonna
coming out
drop.
guaranteed.
Okay, yeah, I was about to ask that. I'm like, he better have an inlet for this. Like,
Like, okay, there's
for
no reason you're moving
swing.
that grade 2 to the back without an inlet pulse, or even just another
Yeah.
attacker.
swings for the 13 ability.
Like
He gets Soul Blast to restand.
this is 18. He has like his predicament here is because he doesn't have Mantis in his hand. He can't give himself 5k to hit me for 15. And
Right.
unless he wants to attack for only 4 attacks this turn, or even 3, he can't utilize Ascendant Assault properly.
Yeah. Well, right now he needs to attack with the Ascended Soul. See, and in this scenario, as an Aquaforce player and like players who play a lot of combo decks, like you might as well just boost. There's nothing you're gonna do with that other regard except for swing again, and it's only just gonna add to the number. It doesn't do anything after that point.
Correct. And realistically speaking, making me drop 3 cards right now in this situation when most Flagberg decks only run the 4 crit,
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's not showing me that he's able to push for game right now.
Mm. Yeah. Right now, if anything, he's trying to get something, but
He wants value, the most
yeah,
value.
he wants value, which
But
is
here's
fine.
another
I
thing,
mean,
right? What are you going to kill with Flagberg? Because
yeah,
Headhunter isn't a target you really want to get rid of. And
no.
realistically speaking, right, the only target you would want to kill on my board is just the Rancor Chain.
Yeah, having that big booster behind Vanguard is something you don't want your opponent to have as a
Yeah,
Zorga
and
player.
also because this game that's going on, like, I'm even telling him right now, like, those 2 cards that I'm pointing to would have been your kill targets. However, I know this, so I'm gonna use one of them so that you have to give me a target I want in drop zone.
Yeah, and again too, like you know that card's gonna get taken care of anyway, so just here you go, intercept with it.
Correct. Like I might
The
as well
same
do
issue
something
that
with it.
yeah, the same thing that some inexperienced players do against Baron Magnus, where it's like, dude, just intercept. Like I'm gonna get rid of your card anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I'll just try and do whatever with it. It's like, all right, cool, like go ahead.
Yeah, like if
It's
you want
fine.
to say that +1 soul is gonna do something.
Yeah,
So
maybe for
here,
other
like
decks.
after his thinking, he's gonna. I believe he whiffs an attack here,
Okay,
just for the
yeah,
5 attack.
right, right. Which is again too, it's just one of the things you have to do. It just chooses either you choose to boost it in this whiff, or either you choose to boost it and have it at least hit, or you just whiff this one and go from there. But
Correct. And realistically speaking, if I were him, like if you boost it, I would have thought about taking the hit, which gives you the opportunity to kill me. However, with the fact that most of its crits are gone right now, um, I think whiffing the first attack is the right play, but only swinging for 4, not swinging for 5.
you don't think swinging for five is
I,
any
I
is
don't
not
think wave
optimal?
5 is the play right now.
Well, I mean, wave five is just the extra guard, so I mean, technically, it's kind of threatening, I guess. But it's only does your order get around this? I believe so,
Yes, it
right?
does because it's not going to
Yeah,
Guardian Circle.
exactly. See, so it's like, yeah, swing for the 4. I mean, even then, like he could have just done it without having to drop the inlet pulse. But I get why he did it. He wants the value for it.
Yeah, so
But
right here he
he's
just
kind of
swings
just
for
overthinking this.
vanilla, and he goes for the whiff.
Hmm.
Um, Realistically speaking,
Again,
I would have just swung the rear at this point.
yeah. I
Like,
mean,
we all know I'm going to reset the dragon anyways, so why does it matter that you keep it alive? Matter of fact, because you
right.
know Malice is in the graveyard, you'd rather kill the dragon.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he has the target to kill for it, I get that. Is he swinging at Van? Yeah, he's swinging at Van, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So here's
Swing
an
for
18.
18. I'm sure he'll swing at Van again. Yep. Drop the guard. Swing, counter blast, draw
So here
card.
is the worst play you can do, which is give me double header.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, definitely if it were up to me, I probably would have just gotten rid of the headhunter behind the dragon, and
and the
also
Rancor,
the
right?
ranker. Yeah, because giving dragon is just free, so it's like that. There's no point in killing that. But at least the two, it's just like
So I believe that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders and drop and bind. So that's 25k shield.
yeah.
He was only 23, and I believe he didn't give his power to Vanguard because he thought he couldn't hit.
Mm.
It's
And you
it's a
hit
mistake that people have.
yeah, people, and again, to a lot of players, when they see orders like that, they don't question like, oh, how much is this shield? What are you sitting at? You know,
Correct.
they end up just being like, oh, that should be enough. Like, yeah, that should be enough.
Yeah,
And
like
again, too,
that's
that's how some other players they get away with it because nobody's questioning them.
yeah, because I was only 38, and he gains 10k at the 5th attack.
Yep.
So 23 to my 38, a 2 to pass would have been significant.
Mm.
Oh no, wait, no. I was 38, 25. Yeah, never mind. That was two to pass.
Yeah, yeah, it's a two to pass.
Math is kind of hard. So here I
Reading is
go
always
ahead
hard.
and give him the I just play over the dragon and I headhunter Zorga back at headhunter. I play a second headhunter that's from my hand. Well, I'm counting orders, but this is just enough because it was one, two, three, four counterblast for the pot of greed, and then the one soul blast for the soul condensation, which gives me a free pot of greed and an extra body.
Yeah, that's strong. That's that card is very strong, especially when you have the opportunity to abuse it like that.
Yeah, like that's the thing about once again about Zorga. Like if people understand the deck fluidly, everything is at your disposal. Like all the tools
Hmm.
of the deck are at your disposal. But if you're playing lists that only play, for example, Soul Body Condensation and Grief Despair Rejection, well, I guess you're not gonna get anywhere because you only have one line of play. You
Yeah,
limited
you're
a
not.
deck that has like lines everywhere within its orders to just two lines of play because you either condensate GDR or GDR condensate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, again, too, it's one of those things where people aren't putting too much time and effort into trying to mess with it. So, they're leaving the ceiling very low.
Correct. So this is an 18k booster plus the 10k dog plus Persona Ride plus a trigger. I believe this is 48. And you can
And
see
had to
that in
stop
this
him.
man's hand last turn, he only had two cards in hand.
Yeah.
Drawing one and twin driving, it didn't leave him with much.
No, he's definitely struggling right here just to even guard this last attack.
Yeah, and I made a joke of, hey, you shouldn't have played Inlet Pulse, just move that grade 2 to the front so it's an interceptor.
He even makes the joke here, like we'll take that one, like, yep, 10k shield right there. Again, too, with Zorga, I mean, you're going all face, which the deck really wants to do because it can. Everything is technically lethal at that point. Oh, he hits the six damage heal, right?
Yeah. And
Oh,
funny
okay.
enough, right, most people at this stage would just get tilted beyond belief. Like, damn
Oh
it, he got
no.
6 damage heal. I'm like, bruh, it happens.
Yeah, it's just one of the things you're like, well, okay, I'm still good for my next turn.
Like, look at my hand, and I'm just like, yeah,
Exactly.
I'm set.
Yeah. See what you choose to do right here. So he
Like,
still
so
only
he
has the
he had
112.
thrown away the mental to winning already. He forgot
Right.
he had a Persona Ride in hand. I have to
Oh,
remind the
really?
man he has a Persona Ride.
Oh man, bummer. Oh yeah, he's definitely hurt at this point. Yeah, he's just not even. It's not in the game at that point. Intercept. Okay. Oh well, he swings at the rear guard so he can restand it.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah. Yeah. Blast inlet. Okay. Whiff an attack. I'm assuming.
No,
Or swings
it's
for.
Persona Rated. So it's
Oh, got
20k.
you, got you. You're minus one.
Yeah.
Okay. Swing, counterblast, restand, guard. Being boosted. This is for 28.
So this one is 33. And he just like, okay, he'll take my advice finally and kill the Rancor and the Headhunter. But just like you said, I don't think the Headhunter
Oh.
behind Thin Air is the problem. It's the one behind the Dragon.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh man, that was so sad too. Just the driest of drive checks.
Yeah, no shield and no triggers,
No.
just completely dead.
Yeah. It would almost feel like it would help to play the Zorga ride line in that deck, just so
Sometimes,
if you're
right?
gonna
Just
play the
because you have so
order.
many orders.
Yeah.
So here I show him a three order bell, which is
Bell.
only 22. Um,
Only.
only. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, only when the man doesn't have any shield value, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Does he have 3 cards in hand?
He only has three. Hey,
Oh,
at least
bummer.
I don't have order or persona, right?
I mean, yeah, but this is still like the most optimal point for you because now it doesn't matter whether you have it or not. He only has
Yeah,
what,
he has
10k,
to lose his
15k worth of shield.
attackers.
Yeah. He has to give you the two to pass. Oh no, why would you do that? See, in this instance too, as I mean, A more skilled player, it's just one of those things where you just gotta hope that they don't hit it.
Yeah,
Here,
like just
drop a
do the one to
15K, two to
pass.
two to pass, two to pass, one to pass.
Yeah,
Here, if you hit it, you hit it. But if not, I'm dead at this point.
yeah, and then my bell comes in
So
for the cleanup.
yeah.
So yeah, he has to count the
Oh, you
28.
do have to. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Dang, bummer.
So
Oh,
realistically speaking, right, as a skilled player or more skilled player, at this point in time, if you're gonna lose your attacks and they still have another attack coming, just take the hit. Like
yeah,
if you get another heal, you can keep playing. But if you
exactly.
lost your attacking board and then you hit the heal, well, you don't have a line to play.
Yeah.
Here it is not Seb's, but playing Seb's
No.
deck.
Okay, so yeah, this isn't me. No. This is a nice mat though. I'll give him that. I do like the color.
I'm just kind of sad that for the recording, his deck was like 10 miles away.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, it's a little far.
It's okay. It's okay. We only need to see the front line for Barrow, anyways.
Okay, so he is playing barrel. Oh, then he does what I do. Yeah, he's playing the little SP. Oh no, I discard from my ride line. What is that? Soul charge. Okay. So in this case too, for the barrel player going first, I mean, very. To me personally, I do like going second more.
Yes,
I
the
really
extra
enjoy going
card
second with
is
barrel.
very beneficial.
Oh, it's so good. Just getting that extra piece just to go in more. It's just like, oh, thank God.
Especially since you need to discard early. Well,
Yep.
here I don't open Dragon, instead I open triple Headhunter.
Hey, that's still really good. And again, too, it's one of those things where I try and tell people a lot of the time, it's a draw trigger. That's good. I tell a lot of the players a lot of the time when they ask me, "Hey, what should I do against this deck?" And I tell them just go in. But my board's gonna get wiped out. Yeah, but your board's not gone until like I hit 15.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind.
So realistically speaking here, dropping an early swirler, I'm very questionable about it. And as I joke about it, watch this trigger here, and I hit a front. I'm just like, yo, you got punished.
Yeah, yeah, it happens. Again, too, the dropping the swirler early is for me personally, it's just one of those things where it's kind of a deterrent unless the player knows what, like, if they understand, oh, he wants me to swing at it. Okay, I'm just gonna continue to hit face.
Yeah, like, and especially since I know the deck once again, like, against someone else that sees swirler, oh, it's a swirler, I'm scared, ooh, spooky.
Yeah,
That's not me. I don't worry about that.
yeah,
So here like, we see Pandemonium, we see the Curtises from when he's shuffling his hand. So we know this man is comfortable. He can get to 15.
yeah,
Like, also, I think that was sort of obvious he had his pieces when he ditched his Persona ride.
yeah. I mean, typically, from my own play, I don't mind tossing the persona rides because again, it's one of those things where, only in certain matchups does a persona ride really win you the game. Other than
Correct.
that, your multi attack and wiping board will just sweep up most of the games anyway.
So here it's
It's a pen,
23 to my
yeah, it's a
10,
pandemonium. Oof,
and I
take
hit
a
a crit
crit.
here, so the man has to take damage. He hits a heal, which keeps him
Yeah.
in the game, but that's
Oh,
still
okay.
33k, and he
And
hits
hits
a
his OT.
defensive OT, which,
Yeah.
like you said, is a draw trigger.
Yeah. That's
Matter
how I've always looked
matter of
at it. It's
fact,
always
it's
good.
better than a draw. It's a draw heal.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the man here, just like any barrel player would, they need to think about what to ditch, where they also going to soul charge, and then
Yeah.
play
That's
from there
another big thing.
because you need to know your line. Because if you miss ditch or you miss soul charge, then guess what? You don't get to 15, and your opponent is now able to play the full game.
Yeah. They get to hit that at least on their turn 3, and you have to wait that next turn, hoping that you draw into something else that lets you get to 15.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you're just sitting there. Okay, here's 10K and crit. Cool. That's not that scary
And
as opposed
especially
to
when
just
I'm at
getting a
my
lot
in
more.
my position, right? 10k crit, thanks.
Yeah.
I'll glad to go to 3.
Exactly. Yeah. So right here, he's really taking his time. Wants to think about it. He's gonna toss. Let's
And
see what
I
he
get
does
it too,
here.
right? Between ditching a trigger and a piece, you ditch a
Mhm.
trigger, you're telling me you're ditching shield. But you ditch a
Yeah.
piece, you need to re-find a piece.
Mm.
So in the end, he opts for ditching a persona ride and soul charging the
Yeah.
shield guy, which in my
Mm.
opinion, that's a okay play. Here's the
It's all right
problem: the
play.
shield guy doesn't really do much.
Not
Like
in this case, no,
it,
because
it,
you're
it should have been
yeah
the insta ditch.
yeah no yeah your rear guards are gonna swing way higher than that. The shield guy's only really good in your matchup against Magnolia
Yeah,
because it's
because the
just an
early
extra tanky
rush.
shield. Yeah,
Like
but again
yes,
too.
against Barrel Magnus, against my Zorga deck, you're also getting rushed, but my numbers are big. I'm not gonna say
Right.
like huge, but that was
No, but
23. The boy
yeah,
only
it's
shoots
enough
for
to clear
10.
over that. Yeah, it's definitely enough to clear over that too. So in this scenario, yeah, I would say I'm like, why did he put
He
that
soul
into his
charges
soul?
Curtis.
Yeah, he's gonna
So here
activate the
he just
ability,
drops double
soul charge 4.
Curtis, a draw. That's okay.
Not bad.
Like hitting double draw and double selfish, that's
Okay.
fine. I believe this pandemonium is kind of
Oof.
yikes.
God, all those draw triggers are so gone.
But it's okay though because you're soul charging so much you don't want to
Oh
deck
yeah,
out.
yeah, no, definitely.
But
That's
here's
how
the
I look at
problem:
it.
he lost so much cards just now. He
Yeah, he
wishes he got
really.
those draws.
Yeah, not only that, he's at what I'm assuming he's at 4, correct?
4 damage, yes.
Yeah. See, that's yeah. No, at that point again, too, it's one of those things where, look, if you want to do something better in this scenario, just swing rearguard, dude. You know that this whole line of play is going to cost you so many cards. It's not worth just going in at that point.
Correct. And here I pretty much like he has to bank on one, me not having a PG, and two, like your rear guards hitting
Uh,
2 crit and killing me right now.
in this scenario where okay, he's calling double swirler, but at this point you need intercepts, my guy. You can't just sit there and drop double swirler because that's not going to do anything. And also, he's supposed to soul charge it too. Oh, another draw trigger
Yeah,
and a
like
heal trigger.
when he was soul charging, right? I was like, wait, are you drive checking? I didn't say anything.
Right, right.
I got
Yeah, no.
paranoid.
Oh man, it's so bad. Yeah. Okay, hits the crit. Okay, cool. So that these both are at 23.
The
Sorry, they're
right
both
one's
at
at
28.
33.
Now 33 for the other one.
Is it? Yeah,
They're
because
they're
it
they're
gains
eight no
10k.
they're 18 because they gain 10k, and then because both of them get placed at the same time, they both
Correct,
see
correct.
both full
28,
charges.
38, yeah.
Yeah, 38. Yeah, I get it,
So,
but again, too, it's just like you're not in such a bad spot. But again, everything past his turn on your side, like it's just gonna be way stronger, and way more lethal.
correct. Like,
Because
I'm
now
able to tempo.
he looks like he has maybe 5 cards in hand.
Yep. So, once again, I draw the OT, but once again, we don't care. It's shield
Yeah,
value.
especially against Bear Magnus, that's easy, and you know the OT's gone, so the 1 card drop is like, okay, here you go.
Yep. So,
Blast, call the
here,
headhunter.
Zorga. And you might think, oh, I don't have that many cards in hand. Well, I can still play because I can still drive
Oh
check, I
yeah,
can still body condensate.
you don't
And
have the
I
any
don't,
dragons,
I
but
don't,
it's
but this is
fine.
just 10k to both of them. I
Yeah.
go for the drive check plus extra cards because that is one to reduce one for headhunter, so that's 3 counterblasts gone.
Oh, I see.
So I just potter greeted for one, and I'm triple driving here.
Nice.
Like also, just like you were saying, like if you know the line of play and you're safe, and you know that you're safe, you don't need to worry about a future play. You can just, if needed, whiff a turn and play out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
me,
definitely.
I went
That's
for triple drive.
yeah.
So because I hit
Okay.
a draw trigger, I'm cool, and I have a dragon in hand now, which I'm able to use.
Yeah.
And since I believe he's a 4, this video angle is not that good for where his mat is, but I think just based on positioning, he should be at 4 or 5. Because I
Yeah.
don't know, he should be at 5 because he wanted to guard the headhunter. He should have taken it.
Yeah. At this point now, he doesn't have
So
any persona rides, so the
yeah,
only
he
thing he
ditched them
kind of
all.
has in yeah, he ditched all of them. If that's what's happening here, go ahead and calls down. Okay, front row will gain the 5. I always forget that card's name. I never look at it.
I don't know. I call him Kihagi, but apparently that's wrong.
Another 5. He's got 10 to the front row. You know, I just found that skill out. I've been winning this deck for I've been winning with this deck already for like weeks. or like months.
I don't know what
I
that says
just
about your locals. You're either really,
whoa.
really good or really, really bad.
I didn't even what the heck? Why is he going
The
for it
pandemonium
again?
was really awkward. I don't know
What?
why he pandemoniumed. I think he's doing it for the swirler power,
Oh my
but
God. I
uh,
mean that's fair, yeah, but so he's got 10K to the front row. The
uh,
Swirlers
swirlers
got
are big, but that's all because pandemonium only gives you power if your final rush.
yeah, yeah, no, that's why this is back row is just gonna get that extra 20. Oh, front row is at plus 10. So those rearguards are 20 plus the 28,
I was counting cards,
38.
like he doesn't have that many, and I'm counting his triggers specifically
Yeah.
now. And
Might only have maybe what, like maybe one or two
no,
triggers left in
he's
the deck.
fully out.
Oof. Oh man, that's even worse. Now you can just sit here and like, okay, well, here's a PG for your Vanguard or the
You
quote
mean one to
unquote one to
pass?
pass. Exactly. The quote unquote one to pass because it's like you're not hitting it, like GG. Oh God.
So
Dang
I
that. I
believe I
mean,
counted 10 right now, right?
yeah, I believe so. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11? 10 or 11 right there from what I counted. 12 plus his OT.
12 plus OT, and then I believe his drop zone has 1, 2, and then his damage has 4.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah, I believe the mana is just completely out.
Why would he do that? I
He
mean,
wants power. He knows that it's final turn.
oh, it's so greedy.
And because he didn't go for the engraver, the turn
There's no
prior,
counterblast.
yeah,
What? Oh man, yeah, no, see, this is, yeah. I don't want to, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's bad. I get what he's doing, but yeah, this turn is not as scary as it should be. Like
correct.
you could have gone way, way further and you didn't have to do any of this.
Like, yes, if you look at my hand, the first two cards in my hand are double PG and I have the OT.
Yeah.
There is zero way this man wins.
No. And especially right now, like
However,
now you're just
yeah, like
well,
he could
he
have
has
hit
the counterblast,
if
okay.
he didn't pandemonium, he would have gotten the draw, the heals off,
Right.
meaning he would have been in the game.
Yeah. Okay, well
But
here the
yeah,
two,
like
okay, calls the two back out.
so his Vanguard gains 20 and the sides gain 10 or 20 as well.
Yeah.
So I believe this is literally just a one to pass because he has
Yeah, just
nothing
want to pass 'cause
else.
he's not gonna hit it. Yeah, and then both sides will be 30, and then 30 to your two
20k
PGs.
shield,
He's
yeah.
yeah, 20K shields. Oh man, that's so sad just looking at this. I get it, but yeah, it was just a really, really overcommitted line of play that was unnecessary. Because now,
Correct.
again, too, it's just one of those things where he has no counterblast from what I can see at least, and yeah, you're already.
And I hit another persona ride.
Oh man. Yeah, okay, you dropped the two with the bell. You went ahead, you
I
called down
literally
your.
have no order to play, so I'm just gonna go
Oh no,
in.
it's still fine. Yeah, at this point, because he only has 3 cards in hand. I'm assuming, right?
Correct, and they were dead.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So this is a 23k Vanguard, and he's
one to
literally
pass.
hoping for the one.
Okay. Bell is at 22, right?
Bell is at no, I hit a persona. Remember?
Oh god, yeah,
32k Bell.
yeah, yeah. See, he can't guard it, and then again too, even if he takes the one, it doesn't matter because he turned past his turn, and there you go.
Correct. So he
Oh,
was just
okay.
like, "You don't get to beat me. I
Same,
get to
yeah,
kill
exactly.
myself."
That's fair. That's fair.